What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris, and today it is a cosplay breakdown and reveal of my Phantom cosplay. It's finally done and dusted. Now, the original plan for this reveal video was to head down to Heavy Horse Heaven. Now, if that name rings a bell, that's where I did my Geralt Witcher shoot along with the fabulously beautiful Diesel, the big, beautiful black horse that was portraying Roach, and I was obviously cosplaying as Geralt. And Karen of Heavy Horse Heaven said she had a white horse that was going to play my hero for the Phantom shoot, but unfortunately there has been torrential rain down in Yass for weeks, so it was just totally not viable. So I had to come up with something else, so I enlisted the help of my good friend Kim Quint, who coincidentally did the initial Witcher teaser shoot up in the nature reserve, and that's exactly where we did the reveal footage for this. It's just a quick little sort of teaser trailer and just a little trailer in itself, but also this is going to be a breakdown video showing you guys each component of the cosplay and changes that have been made since that infamous Cowl video, the one that did not fit, and we had to rework it to make it fit. I've since then got it reprinted, and I will show you guys the new print in this video. But honestly, I'm so excited and so happy with how the final cosplay turned out. Granted, there are still a few tweaks here and there, but overall, I'm just really happy with it. I'm happy that it's pretty much done for now. So first things first, let's do a breakdown. Let's start off with this beautiful bodysuit. So the base bodysuit is actually the Batman Noel suit from White Sheep Leather. So it originally comes in gray. And I remember seeing it on their website and thinking, that is a really nice looking design. I love all the plating, and I just think that would transfer well into purple and then for the Phantom. So I messaged White Sheep Leather and asked if they could do the Batman Noel suit in a purple. They agreed, and they showed me some samples. They were great. They went ahead and smashed this baby out. So when I received it, it was a very bright purple. And I've just gone in with black inks, like a black Liquitex ink with airbrushing, and just a little bit of driveway dirt on some parts of the ribbing and the plating and stuff like that, just to emulate soiling and stuff like that. So that was it, like not much to it. And it was just also spritzing a bit of flat black, like a Rust-Oleum flat black on certain areas, just to add a bit of extra sooting. Now I did have to take this to the tailors and have to have the sides taken in because it was just a little bit too loose, and also just a little bit too loose on the cuffs here. I had to have them tightened a bit, but overall just really happy with how it fits. Granted, it's one of those things where I probably am the only one that notices it. I do tend to get a bit of a spare tire sometimes, even when I'm really lean. It's weird, I still get a spare tire, and sometimes it picks it up on the suit there, and it's just the way the belt rides. But with that being said, let's get to the belt. Now you're probably looking at this and wondering, that's not the original belt you made in the video. Here's the original belt. So the reason why I changed my mind, I felt this belt strap was just a bit too thin. Don't get me wrong, I do love it. It is a great looking belt, but I just felt with the Phantom, he's always had that kind of thicker looking belt strap. So I found this on eBay. This is just a tactical belt that I split in half and had to cut on an angle because I wanted it to follow the taper, the V taper of the Adonis belt of the Human Anatomy, especially with how these kind of taper in on the sides with the obliques and the padding and stuff like that. The hardest thing, and I don't know if you guys have ever had this before when you're trying to acquire tactical gear, was finding a left side drop holster in this style. Finding the right one was easy, but trying to find the left one, this is actually 3 separate pieces I had to order and put together, and so much so, these aren't the exact same holsters. The symmetry is off. Unless you're looking at it really close up, you don't really notice it, but there are certain differences. Now, in terms of the guns, they're just the Colt M1911. You guys have seen me do the custom collectible video on these. This is actually just a kid's toy, but also you gotta make sure you have those orange tips on for if you're doing a con. And like you guys saw in the video, there are Velcro tabs on the belt and the suit just to keep everything in place. Now, when it came to the cowl, there was a bit of a dilemma. This was the original 3D print that you saw me do the video of with molding, casting, and it was just way too big. Well, I got Art Deving to resize the file and actually bring the crown point down a bit. And this is the updated file, a lot smaller and with the crown down more, so I don't have to worry about shaving my damn hairline. Face value, there isn't much of a difference in terms of size, but trust me, there is a difference in size. That's what she said. But also just by having the crown lowered down, it just kind of streamlines everything. So here's the original cowl from that video, the one that I had to resize and tweak. And here is the updated cowl. So this is cast in F150 urethane, whilst this is cast in F125, meaning it's a lot more softer and a lot more comfortable. Trying to get your head in this thing now, it ends up cutting the sides of my ears and they're left all raw, whereas this thing is an absolute dream to throw on, and I'm much more happier with the paint finish. The exact same method for this one. It was just a matter of airbrushing on that Liquitex purple ink, as well as doing some highlights with a black artist oil for this one, but also just really going in and weathering it, and that way it matches the bodysuit. The hardest thing is to photograph purple, and I've just realized that since working on this cosplay, and trying to get this to match the bodysuit was a little bit tricky because you are dealing with different mediums. You're dealing with a rubber and a fabric. Now, like the original cowl, there's some elastic on the inside, and that just helps the sides snap to my face. And the eye mask is the exact same as last time, just a solid rigid resin as opposed to rubber where it can distort. The only problem is, and you're gonna see it in the reveal trailer, you gotta make sure your black eye makeup goes all the way down past where your skin stops and the eye mask starts. Otherwise, you're gonna see a little bit of flesh. Now, unfortunately, you do see a little bit of my skin showing on this side in the teaser trailer. Whatever, it's no biggie, but trust me, I've seen worse. Now, I'll just give you guys a quick demo of putting the new cowl on. A lot more easier than the last cowl, a lot more softer, a lot more supple, easier to hide the hair. Zip it down like so. Now, one thing that I will give to the older cowl, I like the way it hugged my jaw, and it's just one of those things where I think the more you look at something, the more you notice shit, but you just gotta leave it alone and call it a day at some point. And just with the eye mask, Velcro tabs here and Velcro tabs on the inside, so you literally just slot them on like a pair of sunnies, and there you go. Now, an update on the rings. Remember I told you guys I initially bought brass ones? What I did, and it was the cheapest and easiest way, is I just colored them with a silver Sharpie and then just went in with some red spray paint to emulate dried blood. Like, it's one of those things where I didn't need them looking pristine, but obviously I needed them looking silver, and just with the dry blood it really helps, because what I do is I get the Skin Illustrator palette and bloody up my knuckles, and you'll see that in the little trailer that Kim and I shot, just like he's just gone to town smashing someone's face in, and he's just left with bloody knuckles and bloodiness all around the rings. But pretty simple method, and it worked. And last but certainly not least, the boots. You guys know this, the good old Forma Adventure boot, just with some coverings with EVA foam. Spray painting it black. Even though it did come in black, there were parts that did have silver accents and stuff like that, but that was just sprayed with a matte black from Rust-Oleum, and then just went in with some good old-fashioned talcum powder and just talcum powdered the absolute shit out of it just to make them look dusty. If you guys are in the market for an all-round comfy cosplay boot that can do, like, you know, Batman, Star-Lord, just a general boot, this is the way to go. It's comfy. It is a motocross boot, but you're able to run in it. As you will see in the little trailer that Kim and I did, I can run this thing, I can sprint in these. So these are very comfy and well worth the money. All right, geeks and geekettes, with that being said, here is the little trailer that Kim and I shot up in the nature reserve, the exact same place where we shot the Geralt trailer footage all those years ago. I really hope you enjoy it. It has been a long time coming with finishing this. Again, the original plan was to go down to Heavy Horse Heaven. I still eventually want to do that once the weather clears up. It's probably going to be a little bit warmer once I get down there, but again, I think I just have to go all out and just do it, because it's going to look great with that big, beautiful white horse that is going to be portraying Hero. But in the meantime, enjoy. And there we have it, Geeks and Geekettes. The Phantom cosplay is done and dusted. Absolutely stoked and over the moon. I've learned a lot during this process, especially when it came to the cowl. It's crazy to think how much a little bit of elastic can change the overall shape and fit of a cowl. But like I said, I eventually want to get down to heavy horse heaven once all that rain clears and get the photo shoot with my hero horse. And for all you big fans of the Phantom, I really hope I did you guys proud. I just feel the Phantom doesn't get enough love, and I just wanted to make the Phantom badass, and I just really hope at the end of the day I did that. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely little things here and there that I want to tweak, nip and tuck especially. I think I'm going to have the suit tightened a bit more on the sides here because you've got this overhang, and I just want that Dorito shape, that really nice streamlined Dorito shape that the Phantom is known for. I mean, look, I'm dressed head to toe in purple. I look like a giant purple condom, but you can't help but feel like a badass. Guys, wherever you are in the world, please have yourselves an absolute cracker of a day. I hope you're well, hope you're happy. Be merry, be silly. And until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best. I'm gonna go scare the shit out of my neighbors, don't you worry about that.